Of the several linked roads in Surulere, Kilo stands out and will continue to be. Its often deplorable state tends to put users in very tight corner, which we've always highlighted here on Eyewitness Report. Well, the good news is that the local council has begun an intervention project there to remedy the situation, but there appear to be so much more to do. The Kilo Junction, Surulere, is a connecting route to several areas in the locality. This accounts for the volume of traffic and high rate at which the road gets eroded. At the moment, a road rehabilitation work and the silting of the drainage is ongoing. This is meant to deflood the street when it rains.
When it rains, it gets very messy, very flooded, and it becomes impassable. The roads are not passable. But now with it's leveled, it's much better. So they need to work more on the drainages so that when it rains, the water will flow, everything will flow.
The road, as bad as it is, it got a lot of traffic. At times, people spend over 3-4 hours trying to connect most of these routes I've mentioned. And that has been a problem. Earlier in the last month, the state government came and did a palliative measure to the road, and it's as if it became worse. Not until now that another measure is coming in. We are hoping that when the road is done, the connecting route will be made easier.
In fact, this place, it did a lot of damages on our vehicles, because when the road was bad, when this road is bad, we cannot, our operation is so low, we can't move, even some passengers didn't come. They stay sit for their house and call the taxi to come. They will not come here because the road is bad.
The supervisor works for the Surulere Local Government Council gives us an insight into the scope of the project.
The vehicular system has collapsed. So that was the reason why we have to look inward of what is making it collapse, what makes it collapse. And we got there, we found out that there wasn't waterways, there was blockage. So we have to embark on the project to find a way for waters to pass, to have its own way. The drainage has been distilled. They have done the seating yesterday, so they have packed the seat debris has been packed. So presently we are working on casting of new drainages so that water can have its own way. And after the drainage, casting of drainage, we are going to interlock it. Then asphalt overlay will be used against. So there are a lot of debris on that canal. So I will employ the chairman of Itirek, Ate and Aguda, because it's a link road too. It links the 3 local governments to Itirek, Ate, Koka, Aguda, and Surulere. So to contact the state, EFFURUN, the drainage services of the state, to come to their aid so that this thing too can have an issue free. Drains will be clear. We are going to ensure that it's cleared so as to add value to proper job that we are doing today.
As for these residents, more needs to be done to rid the area of flooding.
It's not just about you clearing some part of the road, but you have to go all the way down to where the drainages are linked to the canal, and you have to have it cleared up. If you don't clear it, when the canal gets filled again, the flood is going to come over this way, and it's going to spoil the road, it's going to spoil the drainage, and the houses within these areas are also going to be affected. So I'm happy they are here trying to do something, but they need to at least do more, do the needful, the actual thing that needs to be done. Go to the canal and get it clear. Then that way, I believe the road will last.
The road has been so very, very bad before, but now, thank you to the chairman, Surulere local government, that has been involved, fully involved now. Now I believe with what they are doing now, with the impact of this, we'll be able to, our vehicle will move freely unlike before, that everywhere will be flooded. Even the vehicles on these streets are turned to so many things. It really affected my own vehicle too. So I think with this innovation and this construction they are doing, it's going to be a great thing.
However, most of the canals down the road, including Oduduwa and Owoseni, also known as Aguda 2 canals, are already filled with debris, while some parts are blocked by developers.
Water no dey go at all, and those people who dey park dustbin everything, I go stand like this, I go dey shout. People who dey pass inside the motor, dem go carry dustbin put inside. I no know wetin dem go do this our canal, or dem go give us woman wey dem go come dey look around this place to not throw away any dustbin inside this gutter.
Until a lasting measure is put in place to clear the channels, the Kilo Junction may continue to be susceptible to flooding. You can be part of Eyewitness Report on Channels Television by reporting events as they affect you and your environment. Just record and post on the Eyewitness portal at description, location, and a contact number. But ensure you first download the Channels TV app, launch Swipe to reveal the Eyewitness menu, and then follow instructions on how to upload your story. Let's see what you already posted for the week.
We have some of the stories that you sent in, beginning with this video from the Lagos-Abeokuta Expressway showing the poor state of the road. Our eyewitness reporter who sent in this from Shongo says motorists go through so much trouble using the road every day. He laments this state of the road as to why the fare is high. He wants the federal government to do something about it after several years of being abandoned. The next image is from Iyano Aboru, around Iyano Paja area of Lagos State, showing this flooded road. Apart from the flood, our eyewitness reporter is expressing worry over the washing of debris into people's homes. Still on road infrastructure, this image comes from ASABA, the Delta State capital, showing what the road at Summit Junction looks like. According to our eyewitness reporter, this is what the road looks like each time it rains. He wants the state government to come to their aid. Let's see some more images that you sent in, and this one is from Cross River State. It shows the extent of damage by erosion on this community, located around Parliamentary Extension in Calabar, the state capital. Our eyewitness is expressing worry over what the area would soon look like if nothing urgent is done. He's calling on the state and federal governments to prevent a potential disaster that this would cause. The next picture is from EFFURUN in Ogun State, showing this bent electricity pole. According to our eyewitness, the pole still stands but needs to be attended to. He says the location at that junction makes an eventual fall dangerous, and he wants the relevant authorities to attend to it. From Ubeji in Warri area of Delta State shows this road our eyewitness alleges is abandoned. He's saying it's difficult for residents to go through it as a result of the state of that road. He's asking the state government to resume work on the project. And more images coming in is a fire disaster at Ijegu. Our eyewitness sent in these images. According to him, the fire started about 5 o'clock. And then behind the Ikegu senior school, he blamed the disaster on vandals who were trying to siphon fuel from the NNPC pipeline, and sadly 2 persons have died from burns sustained. He says men of the emergency agencies did well to put out the fire. Next is this image, also a fire from Ladiko area of Mushi in Lagos State. Our eyewitness reporter says this shows how some residents have resorted to disposing of their waste. He's worried by the impact of the pollution on residents and wants relevant agencies to stop the practice and provide viable ways of waste disposal. Finally is this set of pictures from a full roundabout in Delta State showing this group of protesters. According to our eyewitness reporter, they are protesting the alleged prolonged blackout in their community. They're calling on the Benin Electricity Distribution Company to restore power, saying life is becoming unbearable. Thank you for sending in these images. Please note that you too can report events as they happen around you.
Those are your shots. Do keep them coming. Eyewitness Report makes a return next week. Till then, I'll keep my eyes on you. Bye-bye.